Look, crazy ain't the great nerdcore rap guy. Got into a dual fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sith is, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm Dennis like. Sweet to drive, hide-headed, rhymes are surely cold. Tested, you can never twist my metal like a jury gold. I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. Winners will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted drills you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't know this harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. A merry band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Hey everybody, it is your man on the wall, Chris Fury, back again with another episode of Blerd's Eye View. I hope everybody is doing well on this fine Thursday evening. And I know I am because we just got done watching 2 episodes of a new series on Disney Plus, but we'll talk about that later. First off, we have our very own, we're trying to figure out what to call her. But right now we just know her as Whoopty. Freaking dude, what's going on, Whoopty?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
What's going on?
Trying to figure out a reason why I should go to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like on everybody's mind. Thank you, Mal. Thank you, Carfare, for the ride on the ship. Thank you. Yes, because the ship gas is not cheap. So thank you very much, Mal. We have also with us the pastor in the pulpit, the leader of the fallen, the protector of the few. Navy Montel's in the building. What's going on, Navy?
I swear, this introduction gets longer and longer every time. It's like the eater of cheese, the consumer of crackers.
Don't give me ideas.
The layer of SmackDown.
That too.
What's going on?
I am just happy that it's Thursday.
Today's my Friday, technically.
I wish mine was.
Lucky you.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because we got the pre-release of the new Magic set this weekend. I need all the energy I can for Saturday.
See, look at it, rubbing it in. I've been in debate this weekend only because the wife wants to go out this weekend, and that's cool. I'm all for that. But I'm debating on Sunday because the Cleveland Gaming Classic is here, and it's when I say cheap ticket, it's a cheap ticket. So I'm debating on going because I know tomorrow I'm trying to go see Transformers 1.
Yo, that's on my schedule tomorrow too. Oh my
so
God.
I'm just kind of like, and it'd be a solo trip, so you know it's strictly spectator. I don't know what I'd pick up this year, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And it's always a fun event to go to. You know, they have it here at the IX Center, and the first year I went, they used both floors, which I didn't realize the IX Center had 2 floors. I didn't know there was a lower level.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't realize the convention center had a lower level. But it fared well. It's just, you know, cell service, as we all know, when it comes to any type of event like this, cell service is very lax.
Ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have no problem saying ass, because that's exactly what it is. It's hot.
But
garbage.
they had the room, you know, because, you know, the first year I went, only part of the main floor was used, and I'm like, I know this can't be it. And then I seen a crowd of people going down. They were literally going inside a tent that was made to look like Mario's the pipes in Mario.
Really?
And they were actually going downstairs, and I'm like, I had no idea there was a downstairs. So I go downstairs, and I'm like, oh, this is where all the action is. Yeah, actually, they were. As you pass through, you know, as you went under the tent, which was over the stairwell, and it was like, there it is. And I'm like, oh, this is where all the action is at. You know, they have vendors, they have props, they have cosplayers, they have voice actors from the Mortal Kombat games there.
Nice. Last
year, our very own Crazy 8 the Great, he performed last year on stage. I don't know if he's performing this year. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, he is performing this year. I think he posted up that he is.
Okay, he must have just did it then, because I really haven't seen too much. And the day crept up, you know, and I'm like, I'll think about it. You know, I'll think about it. If I go, I'm going. But no, it's always a fun event. It's always a fun event. You can go and anything that you can get at a regular comic book convention is the same thing you can get it here. You know, so and it's the only focus is video games, but you get everything else. You know, you know, high price hot dogs, and you know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I made a vow years ago I will never eat convention food ever again, because San Diego broke me. Okay, a pretzel dog and a soda was $17. I said, nigga, in what universe?
Me and my son went the one year, and he was like, Dad. No, that was it was Wizard World before they changed it to Fan Expo, but it was Wizard World Cleveland, and he was like, Dad, this beer is $6. I'm like, you gonna pay for it? He was like, well, I already did, but that's gonna be the only one. I said, okay. You know now.
That's my limit right there.
You know now. So
my limit financially is
It's like, I didn't know it was gonna be that much. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why you take water and granola. That's why I got the satchel with me. And granola bars. Yeah. Granola bars, protein bars, water.
$7 for a bottle of water, bro. But it was hot. I was miserable. I needed it.
It's probably the only time I will at any convention that's in the warm months is when I'll pay for water, because I'll go through some bottles of water.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I will gladly buy a large bottle and like, all right, that's it. Because then I'll go to the water fountains and fill up after that.
It was smart water, but I had already seen 2 people drop like flies walking around a convention. So I was like, you know what? Let's go get hydrated. You
said, you know what? That's not going to happen. I refuse. I'm not going to be anyone's.
I even carry those electrolyte things in my backpack when I'm at con. At least 2, because I've given them to people. I've seen people go down. It's not cute.
Yeah.
Same.
Always get food. If you're with a group, it's even better. You'll be like, you know what? I can give me a little something right now to carry with me, because I know we're going out to eat later.
When you see me at a con with my Marvel backpack, you know I've got all the essentials. Shout outs to all the local drugstores and grocery stores within walking distance of any convention, because y'all are the plug. Okay.
So, we have a guest with us tonight, but not really a guest, because she's officially a member of the crew. She does some of the graphics for the show. Shayna Jones is back. What's going on, Shayna?
Hey, Yeah, good, yeah.
I love your shirt. I was screaming in the back. I was like,
You already know I was gonna rep fam. Let's go. Come on now.
and not a Hamer freshman. That's crazy.
Hey, I just started, and the orientation was horrible. Nobody liked me because I was light skinned and old, so I was starting to get all of it.
Not
But
light
that's
skinned
fine.
and old.
That's
Jeez.
fine. All the Yu-Gi-Oh players came to me in the quad, so yeah, I started making friends all over again.
At least you made some friends.
The fact that he said light skinned and old, like
Right,
that is
right.
never thought I'd hear that combo.
How many movie tropes have we seen of older folks going back to college in the movies, and they get wrangled? Okay, they get harassed.
Unless their name is Vince Vaughn, you know, and Will Ferrell, I'm good. You know, so. You're my boy, Blue. I'm sorry.
So what's been going on there, Madam Comic Creator?
Just creating, still making as much content, and I'm going to be working on the second book soon. So yeah,
It's always a pleasure because me and Shayna have been like, and I'm like, I hate hitting her up. And then like her and the rest of the ladies went out one weekend. I'm like, oh, look at that. Mm-hmm. They powwowed.
We went to go see I think it was like Aliens, that new Alien movie.
I'm like, we're in trouble.
It was cute. I liked it. It was fun.
I was like, I seen Kira Laney in it, and I'm like, oh, it's there, Shayna. Oh, we're in trouble. Fellas, watch out. No, but other than you working on the next chapter of the Hamer University Chronicles, what have you been up to?
Mainly graphic design, and honestly, working on this comic book has shown me like different skills that I didn't know I really like cared for or liked. Mm-hmm. So I've been honing in on like a lot of graphic designing, trying to just network, get in contact with people. I actually am trying to get people or like different content creators to like review my book and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the next thing that I'm gonna be doing once I like have to reach out to people and talk.
That's always a good way. That's always a good way to start, to kind of get people going and kind of get the outside view, or at this point, people who are already on that path that can say, okay, this is good, or you know, you can do this different or something like that, or how to get things out. It helps when you have a village, basically. Right. When you have a village of people, and especially when they know and they've been down that path, they can say, hey, yeah, this is what they want to do. So Whoopty, I'm going to let you start off if you have a question.
Yes. You said that, you know, you were taking the time to be creative, and I think it's so important that we nurture our creative sides. And I'm curious as to what you do to keep that part of yourself functioning, because to me, it's like a muscle. You have to exercise it in order to keep it healthy.
I would say, like, I do a couple different things, like artistic wise. I do a couple different things. Something new that I do a lot now is like dance. I like dancing. I didn't know that I like dancing. Like I would think about it, but like I would never do it. But I actually do like doing it. So like, I don't know. It's like it helps me like just, I don't know, loosen up and like think differently. It's weird. I don't even know how to correlate it for real, but I did notice like when I started dancing, like it helped me in like other ways. And I kind of
we call that blackness.
That's melanation, ladies and gentlemen, melanation.
And like I kind of like I just look at different situations and like just create stories. Like I would say like a people from New York may understand it. Like if you ever on a train and you just see somebody, you just like imagine a life for them. Like I do that a lot. So I just keep like kind of my brain going with different stories or like different scenarios and stuff like that.
It's funny you mentioned that. I know Lady M somewhere saying, I could tell you some stories about the train.
New York subways is crazy. It's getting crazy.
I know one or two stories, so those are all legit.
I didn't go on the train no more. I used to love
2 words nobody wants to hear on the subway: showtime. Get it up out of here. Get it up out of here.
And you know, I've never been the one to like cross over trains. Like I've never opened the door and like done that. But every time I'd be like, "Dag, I wish." I'd be too scared because it'll be me. Like the train will burst a little bit over, and now I'm splattered on the wall somewhere.
Lord, now said creativity through melanation. That works. That works. Not Showtime. The fact that we all know what that means. So I know that you create in this world, and you have all these supporting characters that's in this world. Are a lot of these supporting characters, obviously, I would like to say, would these be based off people that's in that actually had that were in real life? They were in reality. They were just changed. Names were changed. Maybe
some of them, like I would say, the love interest, like the guy Drew, he's loosely based off of, and not any love interest of mine, but like a friend of mine that I had that I noticed like his hustler mentality. I had a friend like that, and he like really inspired me. Like I ain't never seen nobody hustle. Like his name was Gino. I've never seen nobody hustle like him. So like he was one of the people. Hey. And I would say one of the girls, I think it's Nicole. She's loosely based off like a friend of mine too. But I would say
for the record, not our Nicole, not our Nicole. For the record,
not me.
It's
no.
not
You're Nicole too. That's funny.
Not Whoopi. Navy question.
Well, actually, yes. First of all, I am a fan. I am a huge fan. I represent, Hamer. I think what I really enjoyed about what you created is the fact that you took your own experiences and created something that was relatable. But what was the biggest challenge of creating Hamer University from your experiences?
I would say mainly because I was a very shy kid, like not kid, but I was very like shy. I didn't really go out too much. So it was hard to pull from certain things because it wasn't too much to pull from. Like, or I would do like I would do the same bit. Like I wouldn't really venture out too much. Like I will go to the plots. They had something called Taste Lounge back then where it was like a free party basically. I think it was like every Thursday. Yeah, something like that. They used to have something called Taste Lounge, and we used to all just get drunk and go to Taste Lounge. So it would be like little things that I would do. But I would say that would be like the most challenging. But where I feel like I didn't have my own experiences, it helped me create. So it just made me think more. So it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
I
like it. Getting drunk, going to Taste Lounge.
Right. Always.
Makes sense.
And then the freshmen always ruin stuff. Maybe that's why they wasn't being nice to you. Freshmen always ruin stuff. They ruined Taste Lounge. And they stopped doing Taste Lounge, and then they brought it back, and it was never the same. Freshmen.
Look, that's because they're not at home with mommy and daddy, and they get to cut up. They're like, they're too far away to do anything now, mom. And then,
and then I ain't gonna lie, that's how I was as a freshman too. Like I was close. I was far enough where I felt like they wasn't gonna just pop up on me. But like if I needed them in emergency, like they're close-ish. Like 3 hours it was. So it was like you ain't just popping up on me, but. Nah, if I need you, you need to be here ASAP.
She said 3 hours.
If they showed up after 3 hours, something ain't right. Right. You don't know if they're there.
If my parents came on a 3-hour drive, I knew it was something up.
Like, I messed up. Oh, damn.
Everybody got accents. Like, girl.
I don't know anything. Oh, my God. Lady M, question?
So
come on, Burger Time. You got
what kind of, I guess, how do the relationships for your characters, I guess, evolve throughout the comic book? Or are there a set of characters throughout the comic book that you focus on? And where do you hope that they evolve to if you haven't figured out what you want to do with them yet?
So I would say the main characters will be like the ones that was on the cover. So it was the 4 girls. They're wingmates. So I know their relationship are gonna evolve as a sisterhood. So in a sense, like, laugh, they fight, they cry together. Like, I would say that's the biggest part of the storyline that I know that's gonna evolve is the sisterhood portion of it. Mm-hmm. And then the the love interest aspect of it is going to kind of evolve, but not how the main character wants it, but it will evolve into something.
Is that the storyline that you like the most, or at least the direction that you like the most? Is there better question? Is there a storyline that you are hesitant to evolve into, actually?
Yeah, I would say serious topics, like things about like sexuality or like rape or people's identity, like trans, or like certain things that I'm a little bit afraid to type into, even though like something is pushing me into, like, because everything is not always a joke. Like, even though I like to laugh and I like to joke, I feel like if you have a platform, you should, promote things that you want either to be talked about or certain things. And like certain things are like hard topics to talk about. And I don't know, I haven't gotten comfortable with finding out what I would talk about and like in what depth, because I don't like offending people. I don't want to do too much. So I'm just in that sense, I'm trying to find like where I'm comfortable at in speaking about like serious things.
I think I know what you're saying. Well, I'm gonna take a shot to Dark. I think I know what you're saying, because when you spoke about all those topics just now, I thought about A Different World and how they tackled those subjects, and I'm wondering if they had those same types of conversations that we're having, like wondering how to make it happen without forcing it, without making it seem like you're just glazing over it or offending anyone, but knowing that you can address it, trying to figure out how to address it. Right. So and I get exactly what you're saying. You don't want to do it just because it's being talked about. You want to do it because it needs to be talked about, or you want to talk about it, or someone that's been through one of those stages of something,
right?
And to be genuine about it, And I think that comes with, once the characters are more developed and get, deeper in their lives, and as the book goes on, that type of situation. That's how I see it unfolding. Is once it progresses, and you're like, okay, we know how this person is doing. How is this person doing? And it kind of, that's where the natural growth, what I would think, comes into play.
I like your summer. You should be on the team. Let's just we got this.
I do think outside the box. It's part of
all the time. All the time.
Very much. You could be one of the students. You could be the freshman that helps out Navy, so he's not so alone.
Bring your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's all I ask. Just bring Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I ain't playing no games.
Whatever you say, Yugi.
Come here, Yugi.
Lainey.
Hey y'all, I apologize. Had meet your teacher night, and my daughter's at a brand new school, so I definitely had to do.
She was in the galley. It's life.
Yeah, that part. I hope because I wasn't able to listen, obviously, because of where I was. So I hope my question wasn't asked. But first of all, hey Shayna. I hope she told you about what she was doing last Friday.
Oh no, I didn't.
Did that come up?
No.
Is that gonna come up?
It can come up now since it's
okay. So then I have 2 parts.
The eyes tell the tales that it can.
Absolutely. I have 2 questions. Could you talk to us about the experience that you had last Friday?
So my comic book was showcased at an exhibit. It's still actually up. It's gonna be on display until October 31st, and that was the first time I've ever done anything. Like, huh? Oh,
where
it's in Carteret. Oh yeah.
That means you coming. That means the next time you come over, you gon'
It's in Jersey. Yay!
I'll give you the address. I don't even have it right now. I don't even remember
the way Lainey started that off.
Right.
Had me thinking. I'm like, what did these girls do again?
Nah.
We gonna.
What's wrong?
Every time they leave, every time they take the shuttle from the main ship, shenanigans ensue.
Listen, that's tight.
Right.
Y'all need your space too, right? You good.
On display, it's there. It'll be there. Yeah, like I said, till October 31st, and it has like a lot of the artwork from like the beginning stages. It has some of the t-shirts. I got one of the shirts that Navy's wearing, and just different facts and stuff like that. And you could just kind of see it. Yes. Hey, thank you, Dwayne. 63 Carteret Ave in Carter 63 Carteret Ave in Carteret, New Jersey.
Leave that up for the people to go check that out.
Someone's child is named that. Where happened to the food? Oh, Carter at it.
Okay, so my second question is, how do you see that your comic displays Black culture beyond the culture of HBCU?
Ooh, that's a good question. Wait, how do I see it beyond HBCU culture? So I would say I try to use a lot of like Black facts, Black history, even Black and Brown history, within like the buildings. One of the characters, his name is Ibn. He has like nostalgic like 90s kind of clothing that's like particular to our culture and stuff like that. So I try to put in a lot of like different, not artifacts, but like people and places of our culture, and try to like sprinkle it in different places, so you could kind of like still understand that it's a part of our culture, even though like it's just like it's a building name, but the name is from a historic person, or in one of the scenes, or I always use movie terms, or one of the scenes, I'm gonna say
panels.
Panels, yes. Where they're like fighting at a store, and and in it, one of the like, have you ever seen that video where somebody was like, Sharkeisha, no?
Yeah. Oh,
like,
wow. That's culture.
Black entertainment. Wow. Like, it's like a little bit of everything.
Wow.
It was no lie. It was going to be one or two fights. When she said grocery store, I only think of two major fights. One of them is Stone Cold and Booker T. And then because anytime somebody, it was a fight at the grocery store, I'm like, oh, it was like, here, have some milk, you know. Thought about that. Then she said Sharkeisha. I'm like, oh yeah. If you don't know Sharkeisha,
right? Black people know who Sharkeisha is,
right?
But
and Holler and World Star.
Oh shit.
So Whoopty, another question.
How, like, everybody wants their intellectual property or their stories or their comic books to blow up. What does that look like for you?
I would say I wanted to do book tours. Like, I kind of wanted to make it interactive. Like, I want people to be a part of, like, I have fraternities and sororities in the comic. There's different buildings with different majors. See, Lenny. So I want people to, like, how people submerge themselves into like Hogwarts. Like, I see that for Hamer. So I want it to be interactive. I want to have like, right?
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Listen, she said it.
No, the Laney is vibrating over there. Okay, it's like nothing. Just constant movement. It's like,
yeah. So I would really love to have an interactive tour, and then also within the tour, I wanted to do something that kind of gives back to the community. So like bike drive or some type of thing for kids. I always like incorporating community service in a lot of things that I do. So I see like a book tour / community like tour throughout the different HBCUs and stuff like that, and having a party, having fun. I love having fun. I love going to parties. So,
would you be opening to visiting schools also, like middle schools and high schools?
Yeah, to talk to kids and get back to kids.
That is a mayhem question. Is that mayhem in like another?
No, it better not be. I swear to God, it better not be.
Yo, subterfuge
and
striking from the sick bay, of course.
I didn't get drunk I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Drunk freshman ruined it. She didn't say she was the drunk freshman.
I knew of drunk people. I don't know. Can't get
I think we all did.
Oh yeah.
Like it wasn't me.
But it wasn't
me. It was them over there. So where'd you get the idea? Where'd you get the idea for using like the quirky humor and everything to tell this story?
Me, my personality. I would say, I feel like at first I was nervous to be quirky because I feel like that's kind of like my personality. Like I just be doing stuff, but in a way that was my way of like showcasing like, yes, no drunk people at DSU. It's a dry campus and we don't drink on DSU campus. Just letting you know.
Are you trying to be funny when we say that, or
across the street from DSU? Yes.
we was
at the house party. At the house party.
It's not on campus grounds. That it's not lying. It's not lying. You just assumed.
Right. I didn't know it was in people's cups. But yeah. So I would say this kind of like, in a sense, kind of showcase the kind of quirky person that I would have been if I wasn't just so like laid back and just like I wasn't really interested in doing too many things or meeting too many people. So I really didn't get to like showcase a personality, I would say, too much. Right. Besides like a couple people that like really knew me. But yeah.
Navy.
you know, it's like it's interesting though, because after reading it, I vibe with a lot of what you put in there, and I could tell that you put a lot of love into it. So I know the next step eventually is for it to become an animated series. So, and I was thinking, would you want it to be a continuing story like a lot of series that are out now, or would you want each episode to be episodic, like just like a one-shot issue of a situation, and then everyone after that until you come to like a 2 or 3 parter or something like that? Had you thought about how you wanted to have it structured?
I kind of wanted to have it like each episode is like something different. So I don't have to necessarily like stick to one like storyline and then like get caught in that. But maybe that's just like my thought process in the beginning. But I do want it to have like each one be different, but kind of like, because it's her day-to-day kind of thing, it will tie in a sense. And I do see it where I have it as like each volume is a semester. So this first volume is her freshman year fall semester. So if you like calculate, I think that's what, like 8 volumes, but then like she can go to grad school. Like you never know what she can do after that, or there can be like a new freshman on the block and nobody cares about Sade anymore, and it's some new freshman. It's Navy now he's the main character. Like,
let's go Navy.
So
you about to age backwards.
Right. So,
yeah, I could see me being on a campus as a freshman. Y'all have never seen me what I look like in high school, man. I'd have been the guy standing by the tree looking at the girls. She sure is pretty. That would have been me.
Jesus.
What? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, yo, I was awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to branch out in high school. It didn't work out the way I wanted it, but man, I was awkward as hell. And the Navy beat it out of me. So what y'all see is what's left. Okay.
He said, "What's left?" Look, I've been hoodie, t-shirt, graphic tee guy since high school. If you got a gimmick, it works. Whatever.
I heard it.
Like Chris, you ever wear anything else? Nope. It's the business suit. This is what you get. True to the game. True to the game. So that's what it is. You wouldn't ask a pimp to change out of his clothes, would you? No.
A pimp.
Oh, here we go.
You wouldn't though.
You wouldn't ask.
Right?
You wouldn't ask Diddy not to use baby oil, would you?
Damn.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
You had to go there, bro. You had to go there.
No, I'm asking Diddy to not use baby. I'm asking him to leave.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you're
like, I
probably
think-
not going to
I
be
think
there.
Asking would
How about-
probably not be on the table.
How about not asking him to leave? You're just not going to be there.
Yeah.
Yo,
Leave 30
Johnson and
minutes.
Johnson
No.
somewhere is mad. Okay, somewhere Johnson is mad.
That was our stock. That was
Nah, so
was
don't get me
favorite
wrong.
number one
How much
buyer.
you want to bet? There was some people that went out and bought some too. Don't play.
You know they did.
They might have been mad, but then they might have been low key like, "Yo, we're getting some money off of this." So
that could solve
free
some
publicity. There's no bad
That
publicity,
must spend some good baby oil. I gotta get me some.
right?
Right.
I'm sorry, it's just the joke. Look, y'all can't get people that's watching. Don't get mad at me because the jokes have been flowing all week. I'm sorry.
Oh man, this is the tip of iceberg.
Yeah,
It gets
A
Oh,
slippery
that's what
iceberg. A slippery iceberg. Yes, very slippery.
Oh my goodness. But so Shayna, I know you have plans for future. I want to say episodes. I want to say because it just keeps flowing off that way.
Right.
You know, we've talked about it before where it was giving different world vibes, and here it is. It's just in a different format. It's in a different
It's
type
a different
of media.
world.
Yeah.
See, see what she did there.
Yeah. See, I told you she fits right in with the crew. But it just works that way. So seeing, and just like what you said about all the different topics and going forward, is there an area in which you really want to tackle? Outside of what we already discussed, is like there's like a wish list.
Like, you mean like comic book wise? Like,
Yeah.
is there something I want to tackle?
That's a good question.
That is a really good question. Dag.
That's the same face she had when she walked into BlerdCon and realized there were black folk everywhere.
Right.
That's so life affirming.
Is there? I don't know. Not yet. Dag. I really want to write that down and ask myself that.
Let's go, Chris.
I'm gonna be in bed tonight. Like
I look.
Come on now.
I always say I keep things close to the chest. Trust the plan. I don't have a concept of a plan.
So I do have a question. I do have a question for Shayna. Since you have been introduced to convention, the convention culture, and I know you coming to BlerdCon was a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met other creators that you would like to work with on your project with Hamer? Maybe you've met in your journeys. I like who
I actually met a guy. His name is Greg, and he has an HBCU themed comic book as well. But his is more like they have like superpowers and stuff like that. And
wait, was it Burnham? It's not Greg Burnham, is it? Greg.
I
was gonna say it.
Don't
is it
be
Greg
lie about his last name.
Elise.
No, it don't sound familiar.
Because I was gonna say I know those are the two main Gregs.
Yeah.
So when was he downstairs? No, he was on like the main floor, but like in the back.
Okay, so he was okay. He was in the main vendor's room.
Yeah, but he was like, I can't even tell you what he was close to, like something.
It might have been. I know Burnham was in the corner.
Did
He was
he
in the
have
same place
twist?
he was.
No, he don't have a twin. He was by himself. It was like
No, twist.
oh, twist. Oh no, he ain't got no hair.
No, okay.
Okay.
He was bald.
He's
Yeah.
from Virginia. He's like
Oh, yeah.
he's Navy's complexion.
Navy got one.
Okay, so that's not Elise or Burnham. I'm trying to think what Greg that is.
See, now I'm curious because her describing that comic and him is like, okay, I want to know what this is all about.
Yeah, so we connected and we were supposed to be trying to fill each other out, see what we can work and do together and stuff like that. I actually recently, crazy thing, I won Comic-Con tickets.
Hey, what day?
What?
On
What
Saturday.
day?
Saturday.
Damn, I'm going on Sunday.
Oh man.
I'll see you Saturday.
Oh, you're going?
Wait, I thought
Yeah.
you said you wasn't going.
No,
I
she-
didn't have
she-
tickets, and now I do.
Yeah, she said it earlier. She's like, I'm like, what in the world? Like,
Surprise!
but see, this
Surprise,
this is what happens when you deny the press.
I'm gonna get in there.
We-
I wasn't even trying. Y'all gonna let me?
Okay, that's a pause and a pause and a pause.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there was, but Sinister. Sinister, that's the same. You
And
guys-
change his name.
we sure to say mayhem. No, anyway.
Change the
Yeah, I
name.
feel like it's mayhem.
Says, do
No,
you have
no,
plans
that's my
for a
bad.
spin-off? Okay.
The name
Okay.
change, protect the innocent.
Yeah, so he says, do you have plans for a spinoff of any of the characters?
I want to do a spinoff for Sade since she's the main character. That's the main one that I do. Anytime I do think of like a spinoff in a sense, I think of her. And maybe the roommate because of her personality. I'm pretty sure people will be like interested in her. She's like the louder one. She ready to fight. Like she's like all over the place, kind of just out there.
Is that your Maxine?
My Maxine. Is that my Maxine? I
think everyone needs a Maxine in their life.
That's a fact.
I only say that because I wanted a Maxine spinoff. I wanted her I wanted her and Kyle to have a law firm. Like I made up a whole story in my head of what happened to them after living single.
Aww.
They went to
I think
moved
all of
to
us
Europe.
did.
Yeah,
And
man.
they should have definitely hooked up in real life, but that's another story for another time.
Well,
that was a perfect character. I mean, perfect couple to me. I mean, for the way that they mixed, that's just me. I was like, I love them for each other.
There was I can't remember what sitcom did it, but there was an episode where they both appeared on there as a married couple, and they had a little girl. And it was one scene.
Girl.
You said what?
They were divorced and they were co-parenting with a daughter.
Yeah, it was like one scene or something like that. I can't remember what the sitcom was though.
I can't either.
They weren't the main characters. They were just like they were. Was it 1-on-1?
Flows in the comments.
It was one.
She said 1-on-1.
It was 1-on-1. Okay. I mean, it makes sense now. Because they showed the scene. It was like I think it was like an elevator scene or something like that, or in a hotel or something like that, or apartment building. I'm sorry, but yeah, they showed them, and it was just kind of like, oh, this is what happened to that couple. But they didn't say their names. It was like, oh, that's what happened to them. And
oh, that's a shame thing.
It's kind of like it's just like your name. Just call me Earl, or my name is Earl. They did it on another show. They say, oh, this is a guy that won the lottery, and you never figure out how he ended this list. And then they never tell you. They still don't tell you how he ends the list. Yeah. So Shayna, what is next other than you working on this next issue of Hammer University, wanting a spinoff for one of your main characters, tackling I don't want to say taboo, tackling subjects that in reality need to be talked about, that can really be talked about and discussed. And what else did we touch on? What's your key message?
My key message is truly like know who you are. Like that's one main thing that I want to get the bottom line of. So the main character, she's gonna be put in different situations or something like that to figure out who she is. Like, what is she like? What are her strengths and weaknesses? Like, I have it where she, academically, she's not really the greatest student. Okay, so now what? How do you help yourself? I feel like in the grand scheme of things, like in real life, like if you know who you are, if you have a better understanding of who you are, you'll get through life way easier than either your mom telling you who you are or the white man telling you who you are or like somebody else telling you who you are. Like, know who you are. Like, you have to go through different things. You have to question yourself. You have to get rejected, have happy things happen to you. Like, you never know who you are until you go through different things, and that helps in life.
Before we get out of here, before we let you go, is there anything else anybody wants to ask, or is there anything else you want to tell the people out
there? Well, I'll just tell them that my comic book is available. Get a copy.
And the merch will be soon too. Yeah.
And the merch will be soon, yes. And I will be at Delaware State University for homecoming, and I'm going to have a table set up, and I'll be selling my comic books and some merch. So that is my next thing. Are you working on anything other than the comic book? I actually sell coloring books now.
Adventure,
right?
Okay.
Okay. Are they for kid coloring books or adult coloring books?
All ages. It's like comfy little cozy coloring books, want to color.
I am finding out that those are very therapeutic, and I see
They are.
My wife has. As a matter of fact, the coloring book I gave her came out of an Untaco Noir box.
Yep.
I know what coloring book you're talking about too. I know which one you're talking about.
I said, I'm like, here, you'll like this. So,
and I actually want to work on other things, like other topics.
I was going to say,
besides Emory University.
What else are you trying to create? Are you clearly have got it together to put together this particular series? Is there anything else that you have, some grassroots, some drafts, some web outlines, anything?
I have 2 other ones. Actually 3. Actually 4. It's crazy. I have, one of the most fleshed out things that I have, it's like a small series. It's called Rich Aunt Rhonda, and it's basically based off of it's like everybody got like that rich aunt, she ain't got no kids, but she just be traveling and she like to spoil all the kids and stuff like that. And it's kind of my concept of like the rich aunt that actually had a kid, because when I was in school, I knew I was going to be the rich aunt. I thought I was kids.
I know that's right.
Going to like traveling the world. I'll babysit for 5 minutes and then.
To be that auntie. Okay, I got you.
But no, I had a kid, so that changed, and it's just like that that rich aunt mentality, or like that thought process. Being a mom changes it, and it makes you different, and I just wanted to record that in a sense because it was funny to me.
Okay, well, Shayna, you're part of the crew. It's not welcome back anytime. You're part of the crew because you do the graphics. So it's kind of weird saying that,
Right.
I'm like, it's you're welcome back anytime, Lady Mandalore. This is just kind of weird saying that. But you can follow Shayna at 9acre v.i.bes. So 9acre vibes on IG. You can check her out. Go get that first issue of Hamer University. Help support for that second issue and beyond. But Shayna always dope when we work together. Always.
It is.
Fun. She actually helped us out at BlerdCon too with the camera work. So
right,
Latina.
Yeah, you're coming in March, though, right? You gonna be there in March, right? You gonna be there in March.
In March, yes. Hopefully this time I'll have a table, a booth.
Oh, let's go.
They gonna
I know that's
hate. Blerd station. Good Lord, they're gonna hate us.
It's gonna be sideways. It's going sideways.
Can't turn nowhere and went. Can't turn nowhere and one of y'all standing there. Exactly. That's right. That was
surfboard and do the culture.
You turn around, one of us is gonna be there. It's literally that type of crew. But Shayna, thanks again. I hope they all go out there and get that. You better go out, get to Hammer University and go give her a follow and go support, because there's a generation that likes a different world. You should like this, and that's a good introduction to get people on board to see the college experience through the eyes of a Black woman or through a person of color. So
can I say something, Captain, before we go?
Go ahead.
Shayna, and I mean this in all due seriousness, you are incredible. What you created with this comic and what you're trying to create with this universe, this world that you're creating, is long overdue, and it's much needed. So if you ever get to those moments where you wonder why you're doing, if what you're doing is meaningful, I want you to think of all of us here backing you and supporting you, because we love what you do, and we want you to keep that confidence and keep going down that road, because we're cheering you on every step of the way, my dear. So don't you dare stop.
I appreciate that. I really love that. Thank you.
So we love what we do here. And it's always so fun. We will be right back, because we getting ready to go down that witch's road, because Jesus.
Oh no, Lord have mercy, Jesus, Lord, no.
We will be right.
I need my drink now.
Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now, for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer: this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning: this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant.
I'm Tony Weaver Jr., author of Weirdo and player of Magic the Gathering, and you are watching Blerd's Eyeview.
We are back, and yes, we are talking about that first episode on this half of Agatha All Along. And my goodness, we're talking about 1 and 2, but we're going to talk about first. We're going to talk about the first episode first, and then go take a break, come back and talk about the second half. First off, initial thoughts.
I don't know who's starting. Just let me know when it's my turn.
I'll allow the women to go.
Please.
Then I'll go first, because I'm probably going to be dissenting. I'm not going to hold you. I was not crazy about the first episode. I felt like she was trying to be like a Broke Benson. And I don't know if it was like by design or by accident. Mm-hmm. Like the way when she was taking on the characterization of being the detective, because I see Mando's face. When she was taking on the characterization of being the detective, Like I felt like she was being like Benson from SVU.
So
that was the vibes I was getting.
Yeah,
that's it was like
I've seen
but it was like a overreach. Like it was like
it was
caricature.
supposed to be campy and chewed up.
Yeah. That's why the opening sequence was like an SVU sequence. They were playing. Okay,
I know, but it just didn't work for me. That's
so. I would tell you because
I know I was going to be dissenting.
I would tell you because I've seen Katherine Hahn in other roles, and she's very good in drama. She's very good in drama. So when this role she was playing as this detective was supposed to be over the top, and it was supposed to take because
I get it.
That was I'm like, why is she? I'm like, oh no, she's supposed to do that.
And I get
for
it.
this particular.
It just
for that, being the snarky detective and talking back to the chief and coming off of suspension, that whole night. So that part,
yeah, I did love the fight at the end though. That was good, and her ripping herself out. I thought that was cute.
That was actually there was a lot of things in this first episode that were quite genius in how they betrayed it, and that scene of Vidal, quote unquote Agent Vidal, and they're standing there in the corners of the room and they're talking, and she starts getting hot, and it's the representation of her breaking out of a spell and going through those different stages. I'm like, that's pretty genius how they're playing that, and the dramatic music, which is the Agatha All Along theme song, but they give it a very, very dramatic edge to it. Wasn't expecting a naked Katherine Hahn. I will say that.
Yo, I said, is that the first naked ass on Disney?
Yes,
and I was like,
that
what?
was the reaction of the entire theater. Like, well, nobody saw that one coming.
Yeah, right.
It's Disney.
And honestly, kudos to Katherine fucking Hahn, because I'm not gonna lie, I clocked that booty when she was fully clothed. I'm like, oh, what you doing back there, girl? What you walking with? What? I don't know what you got on, but it's cute. What's that you walking with? And then I don't think that was a body double. Maybe she had some tape.
She actually said that was her. That was her. She said that was her. That was her idea. That was her idea.
I met her.
I mean, I can't do it, so somebody, it's all right.
You said I can't do it, but I'm glad you can.
No, it's you won't do it, not that you can't.
I disagree with the booty, but that's just me. I'm spoiled by my melanated sisters. What can I say?
I love you, Nate, for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
y'all. A lot going on and not at the same time.
Yo, when you want to see what no ass at all looks like, that's exactly what I saw, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, look, I can appreciate a nice booty. If I can appreciate Megs, I can appreciate anything in between, as long as you got something.
Well, that's still a nice booty
out of between. That's the other side of the spectrum. That's the other end of the that is the other end of the ruler /
That's before you fall into the well, okay? That wasn't even the well. What the?
Okay, look, I'm not saying that she's throwing it back on somebody and making them change their life. I'm just saying it's cute.
After the acting like a scorned ex, so who knows?
Yes, Grandma.
I want to thank StreamYard for allowing us to have the ability now to do a Blerd's Eyeview After Dark episode.
Before they price gouge that too.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna do a quick roundtable. Wolfie, what were your takeaways from the first episode? Favorite moments that you were really trying to figure out, and just like, oh, they went there outside the booty shot.
I enjoyed it. I thought I was going to get a quick Elizabeth Olsen cameo. Did not get that.
We'll talk about that in a second.
I mean, like the only thing I didn't quite like was Aubrey Plaza actually there, or is that some inner part of her psyche that was manifested her there? Because she says she found her when she came out of the spell.
Mm-hmm. Like she knew from Gideon.
So there? Like, was that like a part of her psyche manifesting itself as Aubrey, or was Aubrey actually there? You know what I mean? Questions. That was my question.
Well, I'd like to know. I like to think that she was actually there, breaking the spell. Like when she shows up as Agent Vidal the very first time, if you watch the questioning she's doing, she's like, "Okay, we're doing this then. All right," and then she just kind of plays along. So I don't think she was a figment of her imagination. I think that's someone I don't know who she is yet, but she knows something. Good Lord. Good Lord. Go ahead, Tafari. Because Tafari got a chance to see the preview a day prior. So what did you think?
Yeah, thanks, King Lion. Yeah, the first episode was definitely letting us know, hey, this is how we let you know we're following WandaVision without doing a half episode recap of WandaVision, which is just re-showing. Because even in the beginning, I'm like, why? I'm realizing right now, this is us seeing Wanda's spell from her perspective. Because remember, last time we saw her, they just left her like in the Flanders, haddly-doodly neighbor state. But we've never actually seen the inside of her head. And now we're kind of getting glances of that. Like the fact that she was never even driving. She just had a prop in her like living room with the cereal box pedals.
Her brain is scrambled right now.
And everyone knows of the Hex and Wanda, but no one's been able to tell that she's still been stuck in it this for like I think an extra year. Because we're
extra 3 years. Extra 3 years.
Has it been 3 years since WandaVision?
It's been 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Because she just said, how long have I been living there?
2021.
She said 3 years.
She said, how long have I been living? When she said, how long have I been living there? I didn't know if she meant post-Hex or just...
Yes.
Post.
Okay,
once they got out of the spell. That's how I read it.
That's because they were saying, like, it was like, yeah, they were bringing you groceries. Like, she was the crazy lady in the neighborhood that people just kind of watched over. Like, she never really left the house.
She was cuddling that bunny. She was cuddling that bunny. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I thought the bunny was getting sacrificed by the end of this, or by the end of the second episode, I think.
What is with you wanting death everywhere?
It's all the first off.
It's all the anime he watches.
That part.
Not even that. Once we hear the real Agatha for like an episode and a half, I'm like, I see why you got everything. Everybody hates you. You are not a nice person, like whatsoever. Like she was trying to basically just murder her whole coven. Like once the plan backfired at the end.
Well, she wasn't trying to murder them.
Christy.
No, she was when she said
she was because she said she doesn't take people's power. It's when they hit her with their power that that's kind of the spell.
And look how that worked out for.
And that's why she was trying to rile them up
for her last coven. The pile of corpses she made.
Oh, she knew what she was doing with that one.
And we know canonically, this woman has sacrificed children. So
and apparently they're delicious. Apparently,
it was an interesting first episode, and then watching her go through basically all 8 episodes of outfits for WandaVision, and then clawing her way out, and then seeing kind of how WandaVision would have those random things where it's like, do you want me to do the line again? But they would never like break out of their character. So she's asking her like, is this really how you see yourself? I'm like, okay, so this is like teases of where we were / going to where we are now. Still not sure where we're going after seeing both episodes, but I'm interested.
But see, that's the thing. I like that part of it. I like not knowing where they're going. I like that they're using the spooky factor and they're going in that direction. The trailer so far has not disappointed me in what we got these first 2 episodes. And I'm just like, oh, this is different. From the opening and then them playing with the Witch's Road song, using that as the opening, the whole 9 so far, I'm like, this is clever. Even the Jane Doe, which it's literally writing on the wall, and I'm just like, but is it? And I'm trying to like, but is it her? You know.
Well, they made her spell out Darkhold for the book.
That was that part I picked up on before she even started writing it out. I'm like, I keep.
Did
as
you
soon
notice
as I saw
the way
seeing the title of the book, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Did you notice the shape of the burnout for the bookshelf?
Yes.
That kind of threw me for a second. The entire bookshelf.
I didn't realize that.
It was burnt in the shape of the way the Scarlet Witch's palace crumbled.
Mm-hmm.
That was her palace, and that was the hole that it left.
They really, I think they really thought it through on this one. I think they thought it through.
Also, when she's in the interrogation room, I don't know what it is. Oh, Mother Witch Crone. Yes. Just got it. Okay, so in the interrogation room, the clock on the wall is also stuck at 3:33.
Mm-hmm.
Mother I kept Witch seeing people bring that up, and I didn't understand the significance of it.
Yes. Isn't like I'm so glad I was
Jesus, the Father.
No, it's a witchcraft thing.
The power of three. The power of three.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So, well, Kira, go ahead. Keep going. What did you think?
Go ahead, Kira. Go ahead.
I like puzzles. I like finding out things as we're going along. I don't have a score in my head for if I really like this. I like where they're going so far. Out of the 8 episodes we're getting?
6 or 8. It might be 8. It might be
8. 8.
Yeah, me too.
Which is still annoying. I'm hoping that we have an actual story and a change in the MCU going forward from this. And I saw what Bama said. You think that the kid is Wiccan?
I don't.
You know what? They said something like that made it seem that way.
They are thinking.
Yeah, they hinted at it.
They're thinking either like variation of Wiccan,
right?
Possibly a sacrificed child reincarnated, her sacrificed child reincarnated, and Mephisto because nobody's letting that go.
Well, damn.
Honest to God, I really did think Mephisto, and I never say that shit out loud. I really thought Mephisto. I know it sounds stupid.
I mean, this would be the show to
introduce Mephisto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
even a name because we were waiting on it after episode 4 of WandaVision when the wrong Pietro showed up. We thought he was gonna be like I was waiting for him to show up like in the Kevin seat, just masterminding all the TVs.
Not the Kevin.
There'll also be 9 episodes, by the way, not 8.
It's 9.
I think we're getting
that's
2.
That's a good number. Then that's actually a good number. That's not a bad.
I think
number.
we're getting 2.
I will
this
take
week.
9.
I think 2 this week, a bunch of singles, and then 2 to close it out on Halloween.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, they had the schedule up, so yeah, that's actually...
on Halloween. That's a Friday too. Okay, no, Thursday. It's a Thursday.
Either way, we are back to Witchy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they said we got to get these last 2 out the day before our Wednesdays are locked. Navy.
First of all, I'm enjoying where it's going so far. I really am. I like the fact that the opening reminds me of those Danish detective shows where you have the grizzled detective and you see this dark, almost grayish, really, really dreary setting, and they're coming down, and like you said, they got in trouble. They're coming back on the scene, and just like, I haven't seen you and everything. And the only thing I think is this reminds me of so many of them damn detective shows where they're
just watching Netflix. Just watching Netflix.
Yeah, they're just walking.
They have a ton of them. And they're not bad.
Walking down the hill, and it's like, so what do we got here in McCullough? Hi, welcome, Chief. Glad to have you back. Let's tell you about the story. And that's how the vibe I got. But as it went on, I was like here. I was just mesmerized by all of the breadcrumbs they kept throwing out, going back to WandaVision. And I said, oh, I'm really invested in this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the character team is already aggravating.
He's very much giving me young Barry vibes from the Flash movie.
Yeah, it's like doing so much in the beginning, and mind you, she's playing off of him really well. But it's just like
Carl Jones, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like what in the world is going? But I'm on board to see where they're going with this. I'm liking the direction that they're going. So please take me on this roller coaster. You got my money.
I'm like,
literally.
You opened up strong, in my opinion. It's a very strong opening, and then your follow up was and the second episode, which we'll talk about in the next half, is just as strong and just as entertaining. But Lainey, agree or horror, I saved you last on purpose.
No, I started out first. I wanted to start because I felt like I was going to be.
Okay, well,
I wanted to start off because I knew I was going to be dissenting.
You did say
but
that.
I just had a question. My question was in the recent Disney things that we've gotten, you know, from Disney Plus, these Marvel series, has any of them actually started out terrible where we're like, I don't think I'm gonna watch this? The disappointment usually comes later down the line, at least for me.
I think there was
only Iron Fist.
There was moments. I'm not gonna lie. There were definitely. First off, let's get this out the way. I'm a Marvel head, whether it's comics, cartoons, or film, or television. It doesn't matter. I'm Marvel head through and through. I'm a bitch for Marvel. I'm not afraid to say that. I have to watch the good and the bad. It's literally part of the deal at this point. I was like, I can say this is good. This one, not so much. But it works with the narrative, whatever. But for the most part, a lot of these, they do start off strong. And right now, what you see, and they got a really good cast. Number two, they have a really good cast. So I don't see them messing this up.
Fucking Anya from Buffy the fucking Vampire Slayer. I'm like, oh, she's back. Oh, she's got a job again.
No, not only that, most of those original actors are back.
Yeah.
So it's not even
actually,
I'm hoping
all of them.
Thank you. And I'm hoping that they do not waste that because I was waiting for her to be some kind of witch. How do you not make Anya a witch? So I'm hoping they don't waste that.
Yeah. The whole Agatha coming out and then talking to Herb, and he's like, "Oh, hey, damn." He's like, but you're naked. So
her wife was gonna come outside.
He's like, "Look, I was just cutting these rose bushes. I wasn't doing it."
Shout out to him because he played that role. Like, no,
he was worried about police coming and trying to
it was the old boy across the street. His wife. He was just like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Nothing."
She points, "Police chief." He just turned around and walked back.
When the Hellions or whoever them demon witches came, thank you, Herb, for immediately going in the house.
Look, that's second episode. We jumping
right.
But
is that next episode?
That's the second episode.
Yeah, I ain't seen it yet, nerd.
I love you, baby. I only have seen it.
But that is definitely a strong opening, and them talking about the clever way of covering up what the Darkhold was spelling out. That was very clever. As they were talking about the Jane Doe, and I'm like, they're going to imply that it's Wanda.
Well, we know it's not going to be.
Oh, yeah. But from the beginning.
Yeah. And then when she's looking at the fingers, here's the thing. Opening scene, she's driving in the car and she's humming down the witch's road. There's traces of it. It's as if the spell is wearing off. So it's just coming, it wasn't until Agent Vidal comes into play and she's like, okay, enough of this game. Wake the hell up. Finally, we're here. And
who sent the kid? I'm going back in my mind.
I want to know.
That was my first question.
That's my thing with all the goofy ass antics and personality has you forgetting to ask these questions because you're just like, all right,
it's not just the kid, it's the locket.
Somebody else. That's what some people are thinking. The whole sacrifice child is thing because like there's a kid's trophy in there for some damn reason. And what if like she sacrificed a kid a long time ago and that's a lock of his hair in there?
Who said that was his hair?
I was thinking it was hers.
I was thinking it was Aubrey's.
Yeah.
See, I think I think
it's unknown. We don't know who it belongs to yet.
The way I was thinking, the reason why I was thinking it was Agatha is because one, she's a very powerful witch, And what do normally powerful people do in these kind of genres is they kind of leave an opening or a shortcut just in case something happens. This is kind of, Lex Luthor even, Lex Luthor has a backdoor to something. He was just like, in case I get caught, which I shouldn't, I have an alibi.
Mm-hmm.
Joker, despite all his things, I got a way around this. So that was my thinking. I'm like, that lock of hair could be her because it's not Wanda's. So, and that whole breakdown. So I'm like, it could be hers.
We need to go back to WandaVision because they tell the story of the three. Weren't there 3 witches that got burnt?
Yeah.
I think if you go back to that, you probably have an idea of who it probably belongs to. But I still think it's Aubrey Plaza.
Our girlfriend.
Can we talk about Aubrey Plaza, please?
Yeah, people are saying there's a lot
Aubrey
of
Plaza is a light.
People are saying there's a lot of elements and references to witches' demises. We don't do well in courtrooms. There's always some kind of reference to burning, drowning, or hanging, which is routinely how they were dealt with.
What did she say? She says, "Oh, they still going with those." That was her answer. She's like, "Oh, they still do that." So
anybody
nothing new.
The true crime intro, they had everybody in character name during the
right,
including Mrs. Hart,
including who produced it, which it was like Wanda Viz Dejan or something like that.
Yeah,
the German version of based on the show.
Right, they were like
it was based on a Danish.
Yeah, it was like a Danish translation.
Danish detective series.
It's very.
I was in it too.
It was very much. It was very much homage, and I'm like, y'all really did this. Y'all really thought this out. And I think part of what you were saying earlier, what was stated earlier about having how some of the previous MCU shows, there was a mark in which, we were rushed a lot of stuff, and part of the reason was COVID. So that rushed a lot of shooting schedules and everything else. So you didn't get a lot of really well fleshed out storylines. Like they didn't land. Not all of them landed. Some of them did fine. Some of them not so much. But in the end, whether it was CGI, whether it was COVID messing up shooting schedules, and because we really weren't. What phase are we in now? 5?
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
The previous phase was the phase we were supposed to get stretched out. It wasn't supposed to be so many in 1 year. It was supposed to be stretched out. It was supposed to be like 2 a year at best. And we never got that, but that it wasn't no fault of their own. It was just, this is the nature of the beast, and they kind of messed up everything else. It was a domino effect. So I'm glad that they were able to say, let's take this break after, I can't remember the last film prior to Deadpool and Wolverine, but let's take this break and regroup. We don't have to do everything through the show. We can drop a show here.
Was Quantumania the last full-length film we got between
Guardians of the Galaxy? I think Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely after Quantumania.
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy was the last one.
Yeah, Guardians 3.
So I think, and I'm glad that they're taking that step back. And I told Lady when we did the review, when we did the reaction for the trailer, I said, this is coming out at the perfect time. It's fall, it's the spooky season. Like, I'm ready. And this show already has me wanting more. I'm glad we got the first 2 episodes. I'm looking forward to episodic releases. I'm fine with that. Aubrey Plaza is an absolute delight. It's the crazy eyes. It's the I don't know. she plays that so damn well. And I need more. Every role I've seen her in, I'm like, you shouldn't fit that role as well as you do. But you are very quirky outside the box. And that's your fit. Yeah.
That was thank you. And that's, girl, I was saying the same thing. That's why I kept every time I'd be like, oh, Aubrey Plaza. I don't like her because of her role in Criminal Minds. No. It is the same thing as the white girl from Get Out. No. I got trust issues with her. with them two. No.
I know Aubrey best from Parks and Rec and Parks and Rec and Legion.
Scott Pilgrim.
Legion and Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, she was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, about half of Marvel was in Scott Pilgrim.
This is really
80%.
Yeah, 80%. Yeah. Go back, watch Scott Pilgrim. You'll be like, oh damn, that was Captain Marvel. Yes.
They just did the cartoon. Same cast.
So looking forward to the following episode, but it was an absolute. I was rewatching it today before the show and just saying, this is good. This is where it needs to be. You know, I'm glad that they're realizing we can step outside that normal recipe of what we were doing before. Thank you, Ryan Reynolds.
I appreciate that.
I salute you, sir. Because now they don't have to do the same thing over and over and over again. You can tell that different story and really make it work. Get the right people behind the screen, get the right people to write on the page. You'll come up with the right people to show up and do what they're supposed to do on screen. And like I said, cast, which we'll be talking about in the second half, is quite amazing. And I like the banner. So we'll be right back. We're going to be talking about the second half, the second episode of Agatha All Along. And this amazing cast and some of the references that they have in that one. So we'll be right back. Blerd's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company. All right, we are back. Second episode of Agatha All Along. We get to meet the rest of the witches, which surprisingly stay within close vicinity of each other.
Was it 3 miles or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that number again.
Oh yeah.
There's that. Yeah, see? Details. Sachia Zamita, who I know from Saturday Night Live, Patty Lupone. God, I can't think of Mrs. Hart. They just know they put her name as Mrs. Hart. Yeah,
Mrs. Foreman.
I want to talk about that real quick.
Eric's mom.
I'm gonna jump ahead real quick. No, I'm not gonna jump ahead. I'm gonna save it because it's something that happens later that gave me 70s show vibes.
I was gonna say the joke in the
So going to the reader, and she plays this whole role very well. Miss Lupone plays this role very well. But she's not that big of a sham. And
she's not a sham at all.
She's not a sham at all. She's just playing the role of a sham. Just, because people are gullible. They are.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh like that.
Only to figure out, oh no, she's kind of real deal. She's like, no, I know who you are. And you're sitting back, you're like, damn, Agatha, how many people did you really piss off?
Everybody.
In your big age. What did you do?
Shall we travel that road? Shall we travel that
Please.
road?
I hope we will see that.
Yeah.
Telling people how old you are off rip, 450, bitch. Like, really? You just gonna throw out my whole thing? Damn.
She did kind of give her a look too. She was like, "Really?" Navy, we'll start with you. What did you think starting the second episode off?
Honestly, you'll get a kick out of this for me. It kind of reminded me when she and Teen started going. It kind of reminded me of Kermit and Fozzie traveling in the Muppet Show. That's what it gave me the vibe of. You could tell who was the straight man and who was the funny man.
Oh, I should write that down. Here, there's a pen in my
just
this pen.
Threw it out the window. I was like, let's go. But when she went in and was trying to get she said all you need was spark, and she happened to stop off of there. I said, what shenanigan? And then she came up with that really awful Southern accent. I just started laughing.
That was
off the spot. Since the gold bars in the backyard, I damn near pissed my pants. Said, how many tropes are we stomping on today just to make this point? But honestly, that's about as far as I got. And I know when I get off of here with the crew, I'm going to go back in there and watch that because this intrigues me. This genuinely intrigues me. Storytelling is one of my favorite things. If the characters are meh, that's okay. But if you're giving me an engaging story and everybody's and they're contributing to it, you got me. Popcorn, everything in front of the phone will be ignored. I will be in this. So I'm invested.
Far.
So did anybody I couldn't tell this was just like them having a second car to catch either like other shots. Did anyone peep that they were being followed like every time they were in the car?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And I couldn't tell if that was just me looking too hard into it because then they kept cutting to the weird ass crows. The crows and the rats.
It was different cars too.
Yeah.
The crows and the rats at every location, and then apparently she's just been pissing off people for like all of a millennia, or her name is such bad juju. It's given all witches a bad name. Because she was when she was at the reader, she's like, "You're the reason they think we eat babies and like hang children and all this other weird stuff."
So that's what she said. Well, they are.
I want to see that, Agatha.
I want to see because clearly this woman is jaded and has no humility and is just mean to everybody. So clearly you earned whatever Wanda did to you. I feel like I want to see a little bit of what she did to each of them just in the past because Aubrey Plaza wanted her. First off, Aubrey Plaza she went for the perfect self.
It's almost like the jilted lover vibe.
Absolutely.
Jilted lover / she went for the perfect sell pitch in the beginning of this episode. Like
because she's like, I'm mad at what you've done, but I know I can't kill you, but I want to.
Agatha very much like pulled the whole Vegeta there. It's like, don't you want to fight me at my most powerful? Say less, kill if we need to till we can do this properly. And then
that's kind of funny, actually.
I'm curious if they never made it out the house, or if Teen just got dragged out in front of Mrs. Foreman and she just didn't tell anybody.
A lot of those neighbors didn't say a lot of shit. When it came down to Agatha, they just kind of like, she's on her stuff again. Go the other way.
Neighbor minding his black ass business. I respect it.
I respect it. Absolutely respect it.
That black man said, I don't want them saying, I seen you did nothing to you, you naked. I'm trying to put this jacket on you, but okay, you don't want the jacket. Fine.
Teen casting the spell to at least get her out of it for this episode was interesting, and that his fingertips are also already black, or they were at least in the spell, in the hex of her mind. I'm trying to look past his personality, be like, why are you really here? Because to say you just want to learn how to cast spells and fly feels like a very childish ass reason.
In Navy, he reminds me, and it's a DC character. He reminds me of Clarion the Witch Boy.
Oh wow!
DC. He reminds me.
I feel like Clarion.
He has a look.
Okay.
Clarion is the same level of childish, at least the Young Justice, but you respect his power set.
He comes off bratty, but he knows his stuff.
And then when you meet the female version of Clarion, she's even worse.
Yeah.
Like she was stringing people's insides up just as decorations.
Yeah.
But they yeah, but it's like you want to be like, all right, can we just like do whatever y'all need to do with him and get him the hell out? But then they keep bringing you back in with, why can we not know his name or backstory for some reason?
That's why they're, especially with Agatha, I feel like I need to keep him around because this intrigues me. There's a reason why I can't see or hear what his name is. There's a reason why when I asked him, what's your backstory? Where are you from? And I've gotten nothing, like mumbling, can't hear it.
The radio comes through. Yeah, the radio came through because she couldn't hear him.
Like
yeah,
fingers, the ambient
like
noise.
I need you around because I need to. There's something about you, and I need you around because other than that, you're not really you're not serving a purpose outside of my curiosity.
That part.
I feel like that's his role for all of us as the viewers because
if
the witch's road is as dangerous as they say, I don't know. I think Mrs. Foreman might not make it out of here because she ain't supposed to be. I think she's in the place that Aubrey is supposed to be in. Because she said there was just a black heart as the name, and that's what she kept saying she had in her chest when they were fighting.
Whoopty.
I really enjoyed the quote unquote scary segments, like the person coming down the stairs, one witch at the in the street, and then it was 6, and then it was however, and then
you see what Herb did. Herb did the typical black person, and he was just like,
right. He responded,
and then when they split, he was just like, "Fuck these groceries, I'm going in the house."
I was like, "Thank you, Herb, for not getting got. We beating stereotype, beating the stereotype 2 episodes in."
If you got kids, Herb, and they asking about, I know you probably said no. It's spam in the cabinet. Go get that. I'm not going back out there.
I'm gonna make it.
Lady Mandalore.
I really liked episode 2. I hate when they cut shit short and extend the ending scene, like they're gonna reveal something in like the last 10 seconds. That's the only thing that really pissed me off about that episode. I'm trying to figure out who this. I'm sorry, I was researching. I'm trying to figure out who this boyfriend is because I don't know who he is, but he's not. Hulkling. It's weird.
Normally it's supposed to be Hulkling, but we have a scar. We're still not sure if it's supposed to be canon, and I think that was just an establishing shot of he's been talking like this for 2 episodes. Yes, he is. Moving on. Because once you're inside the Witch's Road, who are you going to call for the next 8 episodes?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, she beat me to it. She beat me to it.
Set her up for that one.
Yeah.
Walk right into that one. I can't even get mad.
My gaming buddy did not disappoint me.
I don't see that serving a purpose. I don't see that serving a purpose other than confirming what you already knew.
So what?
Also,
what did you come up with, Lady Mandalore?
I can't find anything. There was a song that played, the ringtone that played for him. I can't find the song for him at all. The name of the band, I can't find the band. Nothing. So I
like this.
Super
it
red.
May be distorted because you were right about the song in the first X-Men episode.
I didn't. It was something weird. There's something's off. I think that's
one way to keep it.
And they didn't say boyfriend because nobody says boy F. You would say BF or something like that.
And
he doesn't have a name. I mean, just off the rip, your boyfriend don't have a name in your phone.
You just put boy F. That doesn't sit right. Yeah, I know.
That's weird.
It doesn't seem. It seems weird. Yeah, it seems extremely weird that you like you. It's a weird choice, but maybe it's weird for a reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we all just old, and that's how they address each other now. They just cut the entire other part of the word off.
Nah.
I'm gonna ask my students because I don't think
that ain't.
Do y'all just call each other boys and girls now?
I don't know. What else happened in this episode?
The coalition of witches is actually.
We all know that Aubrey's supposed to be part of this coven, right?
That's what I was saying when she said the fifth witch was it wasn't a name, it was just a black heart, and she said her heart was black in the beginning,
and she wouldn't tell Teen who was on the list, and she ate the list.
That's I'm like, if it's a series of individual tests to move forward, what y'all gonna do when Mrs. Foreman has her turn? I was surprised the song worked.
Look,
right, that's the other thing. I'm like, how the fuck? This one's what's her name?
She was the Earth Witch. Mrs. Foreman was the Earth Witch.
Earth Witch, Green Witch. I don't know the rest of them.
She's a great divination. Potions. You have the divination witch. You have your potions witch. You've got your Green Witch, your Earth Witch, and I'm not sure what Agatha is to all of that.
Green is not Earth.
But
I think you have an Earth Witch. I think there's an Earth Witch and a Green Witch, which now is replaced with Mrs. Foreman.
But I think the green. I think it's strictly for her color, and it's strictly for Aubrey. Well, I cheated. I looked it up for Aubrey Plaza's character. She's actually the Green Witch.
Of course you looked.
Right. Of course I looked it up. I mean, I'm a Blerd. Why would you put this in front of me and act like I'm not going to look into it?
I'm about to say you should have seen the way she was looking. You knew she was doing something.
Look, I was trying not to see the way she was looking. I'm drawn to this. I'm drawn to this. I can't explain why.
There are so many nuances with this show that haven't even been revealed yet that are going to add to this. So that is what excites me.
Grill the horror. Now I saved you for last.
Nah, I mean, listen, I got up to when they started to assemble. So I saw like maybe half of that when they all came to our house. So I saw like maybe half of what you're talking about. So I am very intrigued about what Whoopty is talking about. I guess that sequence of horror. I'm very intrigued about that. I'm gonna see the rest of it as soon as we get off.
Really good.
Yeah, you cut it off right. Before it got crazy.
Same.
That
okay.
Scene, yeah, that scene of them in the basement is because Mrs. Foreman is there. And so I was getting the 70s show vibe when they're always in the basement getting high, and I'm like, why? I'm like, did y'all do this on purpose? Or
the joke, what they had her say, definitely that had to be a reference.
Yeah, but I to Safari's point, they the joke. What was the joke?
Oh, they were like, "Where's our Green Witch?" Oh no, I don't take drugs. It was like, she's
Oh.
And then right behind her is the laundry machine, which is where they were always getting caught.
She's like, are we gonna do any laundry together? It was every bit Mrs. Foreman. Every bit Mrs. Foreman. just completely just oblivious to what's going on, but somehow I don't think she's gonna be the sacrifice. I think she's just like,
I hope
all right.
not.
She's gonna be like, she's gonna probably be the one that had like a significant amount of power.
Right. We're gonna find out that she's stronger than we thought.
Yeah, she's like, and then pop, and then something happens.
Also,
I do
no
have
shoes.
one question though.
So go ahead, Whoopi.
The question is, what is harassing Patti LuPone's character, the divination witch? Like,
yeah, because she keeps saying, "Get away from me! Don't touch me!
Get away from me!" I want to know who or what is harassing her.
Well, if we know what is it, Professor Trelawney, she always has something that enters her body unbeknownst to her, or is always randomly expelling truths from her. So I think it's just
You think her divination is like Professor Trelawney? Because at least from episode 1, it felt like it was more natural to her, like she was actually speaking. But I don't know if something happened in episode 2 that made you think that.
She doesn't know that she's speaking when she's doing these things.
Yeah, because they always give her a look.
You can hear her, but it's not her talking. Like when she asked to see the name of the people on that list. She had no fucking clue about any of the people on that list. She had to be informed after the fact.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she didn't even realize her name was on there.
Yeah,
she
went full possess mode into writing everything out.
So I I'm looking forward to next Wednesday. They obviously are making it. And first off, Lainey,
I think it's
when you hear that,
Thursday.
is it Thursday or is it
I think
Wednesdays?
it's Thursday.
I thought it was Wednesday. I thought we were doing Witchy Wednesdays again.
Yeah,
I thought so.
yeah. I think it's Wednesdays.
Yeah,
They wouldn't change. They wouldn't change it on release.
Halloween is on Thursday. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they would have released. Yeah, they would release it the day
New
before.
episode every Thursday.
Okay.
Well, damn.
Which I guess. All right. If that's where
Okay.
y'all
So
want
that means it's gonna be Penguin and this on the same day.
They're killing me, Smalls. So I'm looking forward to it. Lainey, when you hear that song's catchy as hell.
They was harmonizing on that Witches Road. They're trying to get all the award nominations off of that one.
Listen, I actually had the Agatha. It was Agatha all along. Ringtone. Stop playing.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was gonna go on that long, which isn't a bad thing. I was like, I don't know if everybody here can sing. I don't know how long y'all are gonna be holding these notes. I'm like, oh, y'all did a full on performance.
And then when it was over, they were like, "You were flat, you were pitchy."
That was hilarious.
She was pointing them out, but yeah, I like where this is going. I like what they're doing. I can't wait to see this next episode. I'm not gonna fall into that rabbit hole before we check out. I'm not gonna fall in that rabbit hole like everybody did with WandaVision. WandaVision was nuts. All right. That was just that whole rabbit hole of trying to figure stuff out. I'm like, yo, by fifth episode, I'm like, would you guys stop it? Just let this thing play out. But yeah, I am with it. But before we go, you know what we got to do.
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
Yes. Celestial CJ says Slytherin. They're talking. Lady Mandalore, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me and my lovely co-host, Mr. Navy Montel, on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, where we talk about new comics. Occasionally we have a guest that comes on. Hi. And yeah, we talk about comics. We're trying to get y'all to read again. It's fun. We have a good time.
Say, read a book, mother. Read a book,
motherfucker. Also do voice work. I have TikToks that are up. I am trying to get hired outside of my own little personal bubble, which is, it's all right. Doing good. It's great. Oh, I'll be at New York Comic Con, so I'll see y'all in October.
Look out! By the way, talk to the people.
Hey, you can always find me at What You Freaking Do on almost all socials. And when I'm not on TikTok or, shirking off my duties at work, you can also find me at Fresh Press by Z for nerdy nails or just regular nails.
They're both nerdy nails. It's like there's nothing regular about them. It's all nerdy all the time. Lady Laney, Grill the Whore. Talk to me.
Lady Laney. That's actually my email. But anyway, hello, I am Laney. One half of Geek by Heart. Me and my husband run Geek by Heart. You can find us at Geek by Heart on YouTube, IG, and TikTok. I'm embarking on Hogwarts Legacy, trying to go through that. I know I'm not going to finish it within 2 weeks. I'm just going to keep on playing because I love the game. Really do. I try to go on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes on the weekend, Saturdays, Sundays, depending on how it is. And we just put on our IG to let you guys know. Join us. We are a lot of fun.
Yay.
All right.
So you can find me under this name on all platforms. I post pretty much all the time or whatever inspiration hits these days. I've also been out here in these streets. So currently I'm 6 out of 8 parts into an X-Men Evolution rewatch, which has actually been a lot of fun. So show's not talked about enough. I also just did a video about the 20-year anniversary of the greatest shame of all One Piece fans being the 4 kids dub of that show. I also got to go see Agatha all along. So thank you, King Lion, for that. I got posters as well. So I actually posted a recap of an early screening for that and Transformers 1, which honestly is a great watch as well. If you got time this weekend, I would definitely recommend checking both out. We are also finishing people away from 4,000 subscribers. So share with a friend, family member, hit the damn button. I've also updated the interview playlist, so there's stuff from us and there's stuff from Kira and Navy's platforms as well. So they also do their own thing. So please go check those out if you have time.
I literally was looking at my thermos as if I was missing rum. I don't know if anybody's seen me do that. I literally was like,
congrats to friend of the show, Tony Weaver. His book is officially out.
So, Navy, talk to the people.
Hey, weirdo.
Show off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blerds of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it is I, your prosecutor, Blerd, part of this illustriously awesome ass crew. If you want to know what I'm doing at your own risk, you can find me here all over the place. I'm honored to be the second in command on the comic book show with the fantastically, magnanimously wonderful Lady Mandalore, room full of bloods. Yeah. Tomorrow night at 6:30, I will be doing a Blurticorn Combos live with this brilliant author of Unschooled Discoveries, Danny Oliver. And of course, I could not do this without Lady Mandalore and Lady from Geek by Heart. So we're going to have us a trio talking about education, geekiness, all types of amazingness. It's going to be dope. So if y'all want to pop in, please pop in. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. The conversation is going to be so dope. Unfortunately, I had an old man moment last week, but I'm going to put a clip up. I'm just saying, I'm going to put a clip up tomorrow or tonight of what we had discussed wise, because this is just a taste of what it's going to be like. To everyone who has reached out to me and has assisted me with what I got going, I can't thank you enough. I'm trying my best to keep it together because I'm used to helping others. I'm not used to asking for that. So to everyone who has reached out to me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. To say this, all creators are going through a tough time. Everybody is having difficulties. If someone is reaching out to you, do not pull your hand away. Reach back out to them and see what you can do to get them out of the water so that they can breathe. Because being a creator is hard. Being a podcaster is tough. Being a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, all of that is a burden at times, but it's still enjoyable. But if you see someone sinking, lift them up and support them because you could be their hero.
We don't punch up. We don't punch down. We are equal opportunity punchers. If you talk slick, you might get popped in the mouth. I'm just saying.
Ooh, Bama. Oh, just saying. Bro.
I'm your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to our guest. Well, not guest, crew member, Shayna Jones. Go check her out. Go check her out on Get Hammer University. You can check us out Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, YouTube, and IG. IG's been doing very well by leaving the entire show up, so thank you to that. StreamYard has a new little setup, so I'm getting used to that now. That's nice because my whole screen's dark and I like it. Doesn't make me go blind. So with all that, check us out wherever you listen to your podcast. Check us out on the YouTubes. Hit that like, subscribe. We're not that far from 4,000. You want to start a con? Con season's winding down. But that doesn't mean you don't have time to plan. Be sure to hit us up. Yes.
With a budget.
We come with a price. We come with a price. It's
with a budget. Traveling ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Lainey got to get her hands ready because I'm coming for my vengeance in December.
With all of that, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Go check out Agatha all along. It's a very fun ride so far. So far, so good. Disney, look out for the rest of the crew. We like to come see that type of stuff. You know, if you got something,
we just need 120 people to get us to 4,000. Please
do something. Please. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And like I do with every show. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. Look at that, 4 episodes in, and I finally got it back right again.
Yes.
5 weeks off. My brain needed a rest. Check us out next Tuesday. Check out the live. Check out all the clips that come dropping down, and we'll see you next Tuesday.